Between Republicans and Democrats in the new Congress, President Biden is planning a speech highlighting the Republican tax plan. That, as the Republican-led effort to trim the IRS appears to be losing steam in the House. Joe Khalil joins us live in Washington this morning with the latest on that story. Good morning, Joe.
Yeah, Mitch, good morning. So as President Biden today is planning on giving his first major economic speech of this year, we're told by one administration official that he plans on going on the offensive. He wants to highlight a Republican economic plan that has been getting a lot of attention because that Republican plan would actually increase sales tax 30% on everything that Americans buy, and it would get rid of income tax, the estate tax, payroll taxes, and essentially abolish the IRS. Not entirely, but basically reduce their function. So it's a plan that President Biden says, if that Republican proposal were to become law, would do serious damage to the economy. And frankly, it's one that Democrats see as a big political loser for Republicans. That's why a lot of Democrats in Congress have really been rushing to talk about it, bringing attention to it even more so than Republicans have. Democrats' main criticism here, they say getting rid of income tax in favor of a supersized sales tax would seriously hurt lower income and middle income Americans and would greatly benefit wealthier Americans who now shoulder most of the tax burden in the United States. We actually spoke with the Republican who is behind this plan. It's Congressman Buddy Carter from Georgia. He staunchly defends the idea when he was speaking to us. He tells News Nation he thinks it's more of a fair tax code and that he says lower income Americans actually wouldn't be hurt much because they would get a monthly payment from the government. I want to let you hear what Buddy Carter says in his own words about how this would shake out.
This is the most fair tax that you can get. And I would submit to you, has it worked in other places? Let's look at Texas and Florida. Texas and Florida don't have income taxes. All they have is sales tax. Two of the biggest economies in the world. And they're doing fine with it.
Now, again, I think it's important just to remind everybody, Mitch, that while Republicans now do control the House, Democrats still maintain the Senate, and obviously they are in control of the White House. So there's virtually no chance of this actually becoming law over the next 2 years. I would also mention that while there is a growing number of Republicans who say they support this, it has 30 co-sponsors, and that means there are even more Republicans that may actually vote for it. Many Republicans say that they would oppose it, including House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who told reporters yesterday simply no on whether he would vote for this proposal.
Joe, virtually no shot of making it to President Biden's desk, but Congress is going to take a vote on it anyway. Is this a waste of time?
So look, in the next 2 years, it has no chance of becoming law. But who knows what happens if Republicans were to win the Senate and win the presidency in 2024? Anything is on the table. But I can tell you that regardless of, a very long shot for this to actually pass, as far as we understand, it is going to get a vote in the House. Congressman Buddy Carter talked to us about this. He told our partners at The Hill that it's his understanding Kevin McCarthy agreed to put this on the floor for a vote. And in exchange for that, he got some of the more far right-wing members of his party to support him for Speaker. It was one of the commitments that he made to those members. So again, whether you think this is a long shot or not, it appears the House is going to at least take this up, and everyone's going to be on the record with their vote, whether they support this idea or not, Mitch.
That is so interesting. It all comes back to that 15-vote speaker election and what Kevin McCarthy agreed to. And we don't know what it is, but that is going to trickle out over time in ways like this. Joe Khalil, thank you.